Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Channel Your Light, Own Your Intuitive. For those of you who are new here, my name is Erin, and I have a very specific message for, I want to say, a type of a healer or an energy worker. The role, if this message is yours, it's not for everybody. The role that you play is typically deemed as a traditional role. Like, what does a traditional healer look like? What does a traditional shaman look like? What does a traditional, person in a certain role look like? Whoever this message is for, you fit the role, but you do not fit the traditional label and structure of it. And you're being asked to own your non-traditional expertise, I guess you could say, your non-traditional capacity. And here's why. I'm hearing, if you try and conform to the traditional aspects that already exist, how do I articulate this? If you conform to the traditional labels and structures that already exist for the role that you are fulfilling, you are destined to fulfill, you will, it's like something gets lost in the shuffle. You won't feel fulfilled. You won't feel like it's quite right. There's all these, I don't want to say detours, but things that just don't work out. You are not a traditional healer. You need to own that. You are not a traditional shaman by what other people would label a shaman to be. You need to own that. You are not here to be the tradition or to conform to the traditional way of doing it. You're the example of the expanded version. They're saying you're a healer, but you're not a traditional healer. It's kind of like this, you guys. Like, if I look at what I do for a living, I can't do just one thing and I can't be one thing because I've opened the doors to multiple aspects of myself so that I can be fulfilled in myself. As a healer, if I only stick to the traditional label or role as a healer, then I kind of out all the other stuff that I do. And for example, if I stick to just a traditional role as grief, well, I want you to think about it. When you're going to somebody who deals with grief, you expect a certain structure, a certain label, a certain way of doing things. And I don't always fit that mold, but what I teach and what I do and what I help people activate and heal works. So I want you to use this as the example. Like, yes, you're not a traditional healer or you're not a traditional shaman in the eyes of the way it's always been done. But that does not mean that you are not highly skilled in what you do and what you are. What it actually means is you're here to be all those highly skilled things that may or may not fit into the structure and create your own structure. And here's why this is important in terms of the energetic shifts that are happening, all the planets shifting into different signs. We're entering the age of Aquarius fully and completely in the embodiment of the energy of it. Things are going to be collapsing. You're here to create this new structure, to build the foundation of this new structure. Ding, 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 so that other people can come to it. Because when the old structures don't necessarily align anymore, they're going to need a structure to go to that is conducive to their expansion or elevation. So you can put that in a lot of different contexts. So take it how it resonates, never make a message fit. You'll know if it's yours and you'll know if it's not. This is for a non-traditional healer, shaman, energy worker, whoever this is for. You actually have skills in multiple aspects. You're not just, a healer, and you're not just a shaman, you're not just a teacher. You're all these different aspects all encompassed into one. And the reason that's possible is because you've reached through the doors of each of them. You've reclaimed that aspect of you from wherever it is. And this is what makes you so whole and so magnetic and so awesome and amazing. Stop trying to conform to the tradition or trying to make what you do, which is so unique, fit into the traditional things. You are here to be the non-traditional, non-conformist, yet equally, if not more powerfully effective and rapid in what it is that you do. You're meant to create a new structure so that all of those who are opening up into all their aspects of themselves already have somebody to go to. So whoever this message is for, Do not try and fit into the traditional roles. Do not try and be one thing. You will dim down your energy. You will not be as powerful. Be all that you are. And I'm also hearing this. Oh, this is interesting. To only conform to a role of a healer, like let's say you're a healer. Let's say you only conform to the role of the healer and you assign everything about who you are to that role or to that label traditionally. Sometimes that actually staunches or limits our potential and our spiritual growth to fulfill all that we are. Like, look at it just in general in life. I'm not just, channel your light on your intuitive. I'm not just a psychic medium. I'm not just a grief alchemist and a teacher. I'm also a mother. I'm also a daughter. I'm also a friend. I'm also a business owner. There's all these different facets that make up who I am. And for some reason, there's somebody on here who you're here to serve and help people. And you do it through this beautiful, unique, energetic flow that pulls from multiple different modalities. You do not follow one single path, but you do find the wisdom in every single path to create your own path, which is very much your own and will not fully align with any of the traditional teachings because you're operating with it on a different level or keeping the foundations of the tradition that works, but you're expanding the tradition so that we keep all the good things, we remove all the things that are limiting, and we expand even further. Whoever this message is for, that's what you're here to do. You are meant to be non-traditional. Whether you have a piece of you that's wild and weird and does this thing over here, make sure you do that. Don't limit yourself because it's not part of the traditional role. I'm also hearing you trigger people in traditional roles because you do it differently. And sometimes, not all the time, this is not a message for everybody. Sometimes when you trigger somebody who's in a traditional role, it's not that you're triggering them, it's that they're seeing a different way and they're trying to, I don't know, the triggering is them trying to hold on to only doing it this way because that's what's comfortable and that's what feels safe for them and that's what feels right. If you're triggering people, it's because they're going through an evolution and are going to shift into a more expansive way. May not be your way, but there's just something about this. And friends, this is not meant to take away from any traditions. Traditions are extremely important. We can thrive in a society and in places we can find healing and wholeness where there is tradition that generally and genuinely raises, lifts, holds, heals, and expands us. Whereas we have traditions that limit us, stop us from being who we are, silence us. Those are the traditions that are going to fall away. But the ones that genuinely bring us together, that unite us, that allow for expansion and growth, those traditions, those are the containments or the containers of safety that provide total freedom to achieve sovereignty. Those are the structures that will stand. Those are the structures that will be outlaid and unfolded. Those are the structures of the new era. So for you, whoever this message is for, if you're a non-traditional healer and you're trying to fit into the traditions or trying to fit into the roles, please stop trying to fit into them. You don't fit into them for a reason. I'm hearing square peg, round hole. They don't fit for a reason. And no matter how many times you try, you're not going to fit. You're only supposed to fit with you. You're supposed to have all these multitude of different things. Yes, you're going to feel different because it's outside of the norm, but you're going to be so happy that you're different when you realize this. You're going to be so grateful that you don't fit in that round hole and that you're a square peg, let's say. You're going to be so grateful that you don't, because that's what allows you to fulfill everything that you are and also your divine purpose. Whoever this message is for, you are a teacher in the new earth. You are the building or the pathway being carved. You're both carving the pathway and are the pathway itself. That's interesting. You're both the pathway itself and the carving of the pathway through the embodiment of your journey, through all the divine detours, through going to this tradition, gleaning what you need and leaving the rest, going to that one and gleaning what you need and leaving the rest, and carving this pathway that is uniquely yours. You are not supposed to fit the mold of tradition, because we are discarding some of the traditions that limit us, that stifle us, and that dismiss or discredit another. Those traditions are falling away. This has been written in the stars for thousands of years. This is not, I'm not telling you anything new. I'm just reaffirming for somebody on here, own your non-traditional healing modalities. Own the fact that you're doing 5 different things and not just one thing. Own the fact that you move in a different way. When you own this, you literally give all these other people, through accessing and opening your own aspects of yourself, you're like this, I'm seeing you like a shining star, a shooting star, a shining example of why it is absolutely not only okay, but permission given to be all these different things and not have to be confined into this one idea of what a healer is or one idea of what a concept is. And let's just put this in tangible form. If you go to this culture, they're going to tell you it has to be done this way. And, you know, women can't be this, they can't be a shaman, or there's this idea. And yet I'm existing and living in that role in my own way. So notice that each different cultures have their own set of traditions. Some people follow those traditions and that's their path, and there's nothing wrong with it. But there are those of us who do not follow the traditional path, but it does not make you any less powerful, any less important, nor does it take away from all the people and all the aspects and all the ways that you're going to serve other people that are aligned with that, that also don't fit into the tradition. Again, this is not to negate from tradition, because certain souls are here to follow certain soul blueprints, to follow certain traditions, because that is the greatest evolution for them. And in addition, they will help the most people that they're intended to through following those traditions. I am not saying tradition is bad. I'm not negating from anybody's tradition. I'm just focusing in here on the person that this message is for, that doesn't fit into those traditional roles. It's okay that you don't fit into them. You weren't meant to. And for those that do fit into the traditional roles and it fully elevates them and liberates them, that is the place for you. My point here is, I don't want to negate from one person's path or another, but I really want to illuminate for the one that doesn't fit in with tradition. You're like part of the outcast group. You're part of the black sheep. You're part of the people that feel like they don't fit in because you're trying to fit into a structure that's not for you. You have your own structure. Listen, this is really intense. It feels like I need to amplify whatever it is. And it's not me feeling like it, it's the energy coming through. You're a multitude of things. You are not just one thing. And your role as a soul here to fulfill your divine destiny is to honor the sacredness of all the facets and pieces of who you are: the lover, the mother, the daughter, the creator, the destroyer, whatever it is. You got a multitude of aspects of you. And if you want to own your destiny, and if you want to own who you are and what you do, you have to be willing to walk through the doorway of these aspects of who you are, because all you're doing in that capacity when you open the door is you're just allowing yourself to be more fulfilled, more filled with the essence and the energy and the fullness of you. It doesn't take away from your role as a healer or shaman or energy worker or whatever it is. If anything, it ends up enhancing that, because you have more life force energy to access because you've embodied more of who you are. This message is for a non-traditional healer. You do not fit the mold because you are a new mold. You are your own mold. You're not here to fit the mold. You're not here to fit round, round, what is it? Round hole, square peg, whatever it is. That's so funny. Whichever thing that it is, you're not meant to fit into the traditional path. You're not meant to fit into the mold. You're not meant to fit in with the general society and doing things the way that it's expected to be done in those structures. You're here to do it differently. You're here to be a multifaceted, multidimensional, doors open, fullness of who you are in every aspect that it is. Own this, own it. The second I'm hearing, you don't even have to like be like, oh, I own this. You don't even have to do that. You just have to have the intention. This is how powerful whoever this is. Have the intention to open your heart and mind to lean into an aspect of yourself that maybe got put in the corner because it didn't fit in with the healer role. Maybe you put it in the closet because it wasn't what a woman should be acting like. Maybe you put your voice over there back on the back burner because we shouldn't say things like that, or we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. You need to be all of you. That's literally all of our soul's missions individually, is to be all of who we are. We can't do anything if we're not that. We can't really manifest or magnetize if we don't lean into all those facets of who you are. If you do not own your shadow, if you don't look at your shadow and you don't own it, somebody else's shadow is going to own you. To really be fully embodied, you have to be owning the shadow, owning your light, owning everything in between, owning the balance of them, merging them, all these gorgeous things. And sometimes, yes, that means you're not going to fit the mold. There's only one you. That's how magnificent you are. There's only one you. Own the fact of your non-traditional ways of doing things. One, you're going to feel happier. Two, you're going to feel more whole. Three, you're going to unlock encased life force energies. You're going to unlock life force energy that's kind of been the structure has been pushing it down, not allowing it to flow freely. You're going to have access to more of your intuitive abilities. You're just going to feel better because you're more of you, energetically, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So if you are a non-traditional or haven't fit the traditional mold, you will know what this message is yours. It's not going to be for everybody. And this message does not take away from anybody else's journey. It is simply to help the one on the non-traditional path, the one who has so many beautiful aspects about themselves, to encourage them to bloom and step out and own those different things, because that is what makes you who you are. That is what makes you uniquely you. And you came here to be you, nobody else. So embrace these things about you. Don't allow one role that you play to overwhelm, overbear, or make other roles or other aspects of yourself go into a corner. And I've done that. So I am saying that from experience as well, not only just channeling, but this is a dynamic. So let me know, friends, in the comments, whoever this is for. This isn't a long video, but I did really feel called to come on here and say this. It's something I've wanted to channel into for a little bit. And today was just really, really loud and clear. And so we roll with the energy when it is in alignment. Let me know in the comments if this message was for you. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you're one of those black sheep rolling, creating your own mold, your own pathway. And of course, if you want to connect with me in a one-on-one session or join one of our courses, you can find the link for that in the video description box below, and you can visit me at erinchandler.com. I will see you in the next video, beautiful souls.